Hey guys, and welcome to a bit of a special VOD selection that we're going to bring you away. Obviously, last week during the 2015 LCS expansion tournament, there were a few little issues which meant a couple of games sadly went without being unseen, but because, you know, me and Demon have got inside sources, we decided we're going to go hunting for those games, and we actually managed to find them. So we're going to bring you basically two best of threes today. First up will be Reason Gaming versus SK Prime from round one, and then we'll do Gamers 2 versus Team Strix. That's also a round one game as well. So basically two best of fives that we're going to be bringing you on YouTube, all just because we can. They're
actually pretty big teams as well in the Challenger scene, so it's kind of only fair that you guys get to see them. I know a lot of people were upset they couldn't get to see these teams, so hopefully we can bring you them to them in style. I don't know where I was going with that one.
In style. Well, yeah, I mean, we are looking pretty stylish.
I mean, we're stylish.
Stylish
right,
today
right.
At some point.
I don't know.
And we've also not casted since, you know...
Since Worlds. Since semi-finals, for me, for both of us, actually. Well, obviously you did Worlds, but since last time we cast together was the semi-finals. Yeah. The awesome semi-final, honestly. It was probably one of the best games of the tournament.
So hoping that we're actually going to be half decent at, you know, our jobs today. So
we've got a month break.
You know, you can send us feedback and tell us how rubbish we've become over this 1 month time. But I guess we can just simply jump into game, to be honest, because we do seem to have everything ready to go here. I'm just going to pump in some game sounds and we can get underway with the first best of three. I'm going to put the disclaimer straight out there. This is Joe Miller special camera work today.
Oh, dear.
Even if we miss kills and stuff,
we can replay it.
We can just skip back and rewind and look at things. So, Reason Gaming starting out on the blue side. Don't forget, best of three, so first to win 2 games. We unfortunately don't have the picks and bans, or we don't have the bans, actually, because they were somehow not recorded. But we obviously have the 2 teams here, so we'll give you a rundown of them. In the top lane for Reason Gaming, we have Kubon on Maokai. They're going to be running jungle Rengar here with Zayu. Take Fun will be playing Ari in the mid lane. Celiva, a familiar name for those of you who have been watching the LCS over the last year, on Lucian in AD carry, and Libiku, another one, former MYM, of course, in the LCS, and since then really trying to get back into things. And SK Prime, I'll let you take him away.
Yeah, you could also say, obviously, Kubon as well played for Gambit for a fair period of time towards the end of the season. For SK Prime in the top lane, who has just actually back to base, is Aurelio. It is going to be Beansu. Beansu we're going to go with. That's going to make sure his name. Trashy the jungler on Kha'Zix. You can see him there, sat ready and waiting around the red buff. In the mid lane, it is Godbro for SK Prime. Obviously, that is, I'm pretty sure, and that's, I'm assuming, Godbro from way back in the start of the LCS. And of course, down in the bottom lane, it is Steelback on Corki. Alongside him is Barney D on Janna. I've seen Barney D around as well, but throughout the Challenger Series last season.
Yeah, was it TCM, if I remember correctly?
I believe so, yeah.
On that one with Matroco and all those guys. So, as we get into game then, let's figure out exactly how things are going to work out. Seems like we will be having standard lanes here at the start, or the 2v2 lane, I guess we can call it by now. I'm interested to see how this one all really goes down. Obviously, SK Prime had a basically bunch of changes, not really the same team anymore that a lot of you guys will have watched during the Challenger scene last year. And interested to see how Godbro does, to be honest, in this mid lane, playing Zilean this game up against Take Fun's Ari.
Well, something you always did well was farm, and that's going to kind of work out well for him in the mid lane. But as you mentioned, Zilean, we saw it banned non-stop throughout the World Championships. Has snuck through, really, in this pick and ban phase, it seems. Ari, though, another very big champion towards the end of the season in the LCS and at Worlds, of course, as well. But these two, it's going to be an explosive because both are very low on hit points and both can do a lot of burst damage. Of course, you get the bomb and the reverse, throw it back down. But more importantly, that chrono shift, the ultimate for Zilean, is going to be vital when it comes to the big team fights. Definitely going to be one to watch in the top lane. Almost wasn't what we watched. Tested Joe's camera work already.
I'm telling you guys, I did a show for ESL the other day, and I managed to miss first blood in the first game back. So that was a pretty impressive feat, to be honest. I'm not sure how I managed that one, but already a bit of action down on the bottom lane here. Nami Lucian up against Janna Corki. probably the most popular 2 lanes right now. We also have Rengar very, very deep in the SK Prime jungle. Might mean here that we see a collapse onto that bottom lane. Will he go for that, or does he want to take out the white? Some of you may have noticed, by the way, that we're not playing on the 420 patch. We're on 419, obviously, with the old visuals and what have you, as we are going to see there. Trashy is going to come in towards Take Fun. Godbro goes low, and he's ticking down with the Ignite, but it won't be enough. And First Blood will actually go over to Godbro there. He got the bomb damage down, or maybe it was in the last tick of the Ignite there, right at the end.
I like the irony of that one, because Trashy was forced out of his bottom half of the jungle where he was looking to go there by Zayu. We're going to go with Zayu. I'm not too sure how we're going to call him, but Rengar obviously forced him out of there, which forced him to go in towards that mid lane. He was like, well, I can't really take anything right now. Let's see if we can have a chance in that mid down. And, well, Take Fun was taken down. And, of course, that does mean that SK Prime have themselves a start. We do also have, of course, the whole Rengar Kha'Zix thing going on here. But that's going to be a long way away. It's around about level 14, I believe it is, when that kicks in. A lot of people I know have said in the past, but D-Man, this doesn't work in ranked. Well, this isn't ranked, guys. This is technically a custom game, so that works. It works perfectly fine, and that is in there, so it will happen. And Take Fun, they're trying to put damage down on him. Trashy's waiting.
Yeah, trying to bait him in here, I think, and there is Trashy going to make his appearance felt, and actually getting in behind him to get the damage. There is a slow, and Take Fun not looking good. He's got a bomb on his head, and he's going to go right down with that one, and Godbro will pick up his 2nd kill of the game. Meanwhile, it's not all over, because the bottom lane is being pressured. Steelback taking a lot of damage there from Celiva. Will force him to recall back to base to get the heal, and probably buy up here with the 25 farm that he's got. Not exactly masses of gold for him, but gives him a 2nd Doran's Blade and a longsword. We also saw, Godbro, who is just being a little terrifying right now. 2 kills to his name. He's just seen Zayu go inside of the jungle there onto that Wraith camp, which might mean a bomb for him, and actually will get in there, steals pretty much everything away, and does a bit of damage to Zayu on his way out as well.
Got a pink down in that bottom half of the jungle as well, so good coverage, giving basically the bottom lane for SK Prime all of the freedom they want. They don't have anything in the river. That's the only angle right now that Zayu has to get in towards that bottom lane. The bottom lane actually doing good damage, but again, it is a Lucian, it is a Nami, it is a heavy push lane, and they are up against the Janna Corki, so expect that. But they are doing very well. They have that CS advantage, 47-33, so they're working out well for them. And just going back to that mid lane fight now, up against the Zilean, the most frustrating thing in the world is when you know you've got just a bubble of health left, you've got that bomb in your head, like, I want to do something. No, gonna go down. And Take Fun right now is not having a fun time in that mid lane.
No, not even in the slightest here. And both times you have to give credit to Trashy and Godbro as well, of course. They've really set this one up nicely. There's the ultimate used by Trashy. They say, you know what, we don't care. We're going right under the tower. There's another bomb left lingering on top of him. Meanwhile, we have Zayu waiting in this top lane. A great flash, though, from Beanzu will actually get him out of harm's way. And no kill. And so far, this game is all about SK Prime. They are destroying Reason. We're closing in, really, on a 2,000 gold lead at this point. A 0-3 Ari in the mid lane who's stacking up Doran's rings, and a Zilean that sat on 1,300 gold to go back and spend the next time that he decides, which is now, funnily enough, that he's going to go home and get himself some more items, which will be Chalice. Obviously going to be working up to that Athenes here in the early stages. But if you look as well down at the control that SK Prime have over the map, Ward Dragon, one in the curve brush, that pink ward that you mentioned earlier, one up by the race. They've got full vision down there, and Zayu's only option at this stage is to really farm himself to 6 and gank through the lane if he wants to get anything. Yeah,
you've got to be wondering. I mean, Take Fun has got to be complaining. It's like, I've had Trashy on me 3 times in his mid lane, and we yet to see Zayu make a gank in there. He did try that one at the top. That didn't work, but diving in Aurelia is always going to be a tricky thing. They have to maybe try and help out this bottom lane. You can see they've got a big CS advantage. They're pushing heavily, but that's the problem. They're pushed on the tower. They're getting a lot of tower damage down, but they need to start trying to make some advantages, trying to make something work out, because SK Prime are slowly but surely starting the suffocation already. Trashy is everywhere. It's helping Godbro. He's got such a CS advantage already over Take Fun, and as an Ahri, if you fall behind, you can't do a great deal. You need to get that burst damage. You need to get that ability to pop someone quickly. And if Zilean is going to be way ahead of you and basically popping people himself along with that horrible ultimate, oh my god, Zayu, you're dead.
Yeah, bomb on top of Trashy, who ulties himself in there, will flash over the top of the wall. Red buff on Zayu. Actually, he's going to use his ultimate there. He gets away with the red buff, even slowing him down underneath his own tower. He's got a recall right now, otherwise he's going to fall. Meanwhile, Godbro is going to have another pop here at Take Fun. Double bomb on his head, and that's over half of his health gone just like that. And with the jungler out of the picture now, the mid laner low, this should be an easy dragon for SK Prime.
Yeah, Trashy's looking. They're going to back away. They're not 100% certain because they've still got that bottom lane clear. They know that Zayu got away, so he would be back in time if he needed it because he has got those boots of mobility on him, so he should be able to zip straight back there. So as it stands, no advantage gained by either team, and actually those wards that SK Prime had got down have timed out now, so they tried to make use of them, but it's backfired, which in turn kind of helps out Reason Gaming because all of that money invested didn't come to anything, but they have managed to keep pushing. They have managed to keep pressuring Reason Gaming in his bottom lane. They could potentially take down the first tower.
They could, and I'm interested to see whether they're actually able to do that one. Celiva now level 6, see what he can do with his ultimate in there, which is already used at this point. But Corki with his level 6 as well should be able to keep them decently at bay. Obviously that shield that we see from Barney D also going to help to keep that tower a little healthier. You might have expected Trashy to come down, but so far he's had his success when it comes to that mid lane, and well, why really fix anything that's not broken at this stage? However, we do see that Zayu has snuck himself now into this bottom lane. Well, I say snuck, he's just got hit by the bomb. Obviously doesn't reveal him, and they might have thought that was Limbic, but he's still full HP, so that kind of gives that one away.
He went over the pink ward originally, and then he crossed over obviously one of the wards. They got the tri-brush covered and the bottom half, so they know that he's down in that vicinity. But as you mentioned, Trashy hasn't come down here, so they know he's there. They put the rocket in his face, just like, yeah, we know you're in there, kind of like a warning. And he's going to try, it looks like, to take a visit to the mid lane. Meanwhile, Trashy, he's trying to set up. Kuban's half hit points in his top lane, looking to have a play. Trashy hasn't visited this lane yet. This will be the first time. And again, diving a Maokai, it's a difficult thing. And he's got a lot of escape. You see, he's got the flash in there. He's got the teleport. He's obviously got his twisted advance that he can lock someone up on as well. But it looks like they're going to go for it.
Wow, to jump in there from Binzu and flash instantly from Kuban. You saw that Trashy was on that backside and really not wanting to risk anything. I like that Trashy has actually... I was just a quick reconnect from Take Fun. And, well, his game is just not going to plan at this point. But yeah, my point about Trashy not using his ultimate too early on there to try and get in and forcing instead the flash away. However, this bottom lane is still taking a bit of punishment, but you can see that wave clear coming out of Corki, and Barney D able to keep them back as well with the Howling Gale. So 107 to 85 CS, that is literally the lane that is keeping Reason Gaming somewhat in this matchup now. So I mean, it still probably might not be enough for them, but that's where they're going to have to put kind of all their eggs in the single basket.
Oh wow, Kuban just teleported back to lane, wiped out the wave with his ultimate, and just went back again. So he didn't quite have enough to, I guess the Rod of Ages he just completed, didn't quite have enough to finish that off, and that would have surely signaled the Dragon for SK Prime. It looks like they're going to move for it themselves, though, Reason Gaming. You can see Kuban, he's moving towards that mid lane, so this is a play they want to make. But Binzu, he's got teleport. He can wipe out the wave, pressure the tower, and now they're going to try and dive on Godbrew. There's the teleport from Binzu. They're going to chase Zayu down.
Yeah, they've been baited into this one once again. Binzu coming in. The charm doesn't land. There is Libic, though, coming up from that bottom lane. Meanwhile, they did take that bottom turret, so not all that bad, to be honest, there for Reason Gaming. Yes, no kills for them, but they forced the teleport out of Binzu. They finished off that bottom tower, and they kept everyone alive. However, they are now also doing Dragon, so this could just turn into an even better scenario for them. However, Binzu gonna dive in.
He's gonna go on towards it. Libic's gonna be the damage. He's gone down. The bomb will take him down. Godbro puts the Chrono Shift back on himself. Kuban is low. Zayu is gonna get focused out as well. He will get dropped off of the side. There's the bombs. They're taking away. Kuban's gonna finish off. And so far, it is a 3-0, and SK Prime absolutely cleaning up in that fight.
Yeah, and this, you know, start a Dragon off, it may have been just a little bit too ambitious, I want to say there. I feel like they probably could have maybe being a little more careful about that one. Whether it's, you know, feeling it like they have a bit of a desperate situation going on right now that they need to be careful about that one. We'll have to see as Take Fun trying to keep them away, but you can see that blue buff already going very low. Trashy will take it away before Take Fun can even get around, and that leaves us with a 3,500 gold lead in favor of SK Gaming Prime. And well, a very fed Zillion. 4-0-2 for Godbro. Got his Athenes. That Tia been stacking up for a while. Got his Boots of Lucidity as well. So cooldown reduction aplenty for Godbro. And that just presents a whole host of problems. Gonna have his abilities pretty much on cooldown the entire time as this one goes on. You see there, actually putting the bomb on his own head there to just get in the middle of the minions and finish them off. Doing a fantastic job out farming Take Fun in both kills and farm as well, and CS. And no surprise really, the wards are pretty much all red, certainly on that bottom side of the map. Top side, of course, was also warded out nicely by SK Gaming Prime as they went in there and stole that last blue buff. And overall, things just looking so good here in game number 1. Don't forget, this is only round number 1, so still quite the way to go in terms of, you know, actually qualifying to the LCS as one of the 2 new teams that come in with the expansion tournament.
Well, they are one of the favourites in this tournament, you'd assume. The SK Prime, they've done so well throughout Challenger. Honestly, Binsu though, he's focused on the top lane this time. It is a support with Libic there, but he's going to get caught out. Flashes out of the wave. May go away from this one. He has managed to avoid the damage because the flash, of course, was down for Kuban. Used it earlier to escape, so he couldn't follow through. But this tower now is in perilous trouble. But Trashy coming around, Zayu has spotted him. He's going to try and look to go in a one-on-one, and that is not an even fight.
No, 2-0-3 on the Kazakhs. Got himself that Hex Drinker in there now. They're going to spam in. There is the dive in. And Zayu is going to go down. Gets a last-second heal, but surely will be finished off. Trashy going to be in a little bit of trouble. Barney D throws out the Monsoon. Not sure how Zayu lasted so long there. In comes Zillion to save the day. And Celiva will now be trapped underneath his own tower with Godbro with 40% cooldown reduction and a blue buff. Gets in there for the bomb. And Celiva is going to go down. Actually, Steelback comes in just to steal that one away. No shame from that one. Actually, we did miss Binsu going down for my first miss kill of this game, which there was actually in the bottom lane. We'll let off for that one.
Well, let's go back to Godbro, because he just flashed in for the kill there. There was a minion wave, a red minion wave coming in, so the kill could have gone to Steelback. They could have quite easily done that, or he could have just strolled in. So he just burnt a flash to get that kill. Kind of a solo queue mentality rather than a team play, or basically just saying this is my kill. 4-0-3 for Godbro though, so he's going to keep that one. First tower, second tower of the game, should say, for Reason Gaming as Kuban takes down that top. So they're ahead, and there's the middle tower going down as well as Take Fun takes that down. So now it's a 3-1, despite being 8-1 down in kills. Of course, they are ahead in those towers, and towers, of course, is what you need. Good bubble from Libic there, saves him. Take Fun, you should not be following through on that one.
No, Trashy will kill you at this point. And actually, Binsu is going in for Kuban in this top lane. Not really an even fight, and Kuban will use his flash here. And a pretty early stage there is Zayu coming in. Does Binsu have the damage? He's turned away from it. I think he can actually kill Zayu as well, especially now as Trashy and Barney D and Godbro coming in from the back. Chronoshift fuse. He gets the kill with the bomb, goes unstoppable, and will just simply speed himself away. 2 kills again on the board for SK Gaming Prime, and you'd think their second tower of the game here as well, if they decide to stick around. Minion wave's actually frozen up here in the top, so that's preventing them from actually taking it. But you're right in what you're saying. I mean, 3-1 in turrets for a reason. Sadly for them, just everything else on the map is just not going their way. Yeah,
and that's a problem because it's money in the bank, honestly, for SK Prime as well, because obviously those 2 towers go down, so another 2k to add on top of the, 4-5k advantage they already have over Reason Gaming. So at the moment, this 10-1 scoreline is big, and more importantly, that 10-1 scoreline, a lot of it is on Godbro, so he's got that money stacking up. We should also mention they're making Soul Stealer now picked up, of course. He's kind of been the default build for Janaz these days, honestly. Trashy might have the speed to catch on towards Take Fun. He has got Spirit Rush and Flash available, though, so he'd be a slippery target to try and pin down. So I think they're going to let him get away.
Yeah, top turret was also finished off by Binsu there. Obviously, he managed to get Kuban low, who flashed as well. So that was just a case of pushing that wave back out, getting onto the turret, and finishing it off for some more gold. 5,000 being the difference at this stage of the game. 10-1 in kills as well after just 18 minutes. That's a massive scoreline so far in favor of SK Gaming Prime. And Take Fun, you know, it's a best of 3, but hard to put a start like this out of your mind, I think, as well, when you end up losing in such a horrible way. Pretty much camped by Trashy that entire early game, with him and Godbro really combining well to pick up the kills for SK Prime. We'll see, obviously, once we get towards game number 2, if we can have a better start. Not going to call this game over, although a 10-1 scoreline is certainly the kind of scoreline where you would think about saying that this game might well be over already. And now SK Prime are going for another Dragon. Wards will be cleared out. Libic's the only one there. I can't see him stealing this one. However, Celeber might be a little bit luckier on that front, or not. There's a smite there for Trashy, the bomb from Godbro, and that is just more gold for SK Prime.
I'm still a tricky one, though. Putting the bomb on his head, having to know the timer on that to smite it while the Cullen's hitting it. That was good work from Trashy to land that smite in the right place at the right time, but more importantly, Reason Gaming, they knew they couldn't fight for that one. They hadn't really warded it out at all. Whether their timing was just completely off or not, they didn't risk it, which is the right move to make, but still, Take Fun caught out. Slowed down, but Beansu dashes in. Not going to finish him off. The wave comes across as well, so that's Libic's ultimate down, and that may well signal this mid tower to go down, but it looks like SK Gaming Prime want to back away just now, but they have good ward coverage. The wards from Reason Gaming that were down the bottom, they were pushing down there. They're timing out now, and it's all SK Prime with the coverage, and they're going to start getting a little bit more aggressive with that ward coverage. They're going to start trying to go back. It looks like everybody wants to spend that gold. Blue buff will be picked up by Godbro, and it is all looking very good for them. The only shining light right now is the fact that Celeber hasn't really been involved in fights. He's got a CS advantage. He's got that Infinity Edge already built, so he just needs to get maybe some attack speed. Maybe he's going to go for the Last Whisper next. I'm not too sure which item he's going to stack out with that longsword in there. But the problem is, Triforce has already been completed. Steelback, while losing out on CS, he's been getting the global gold because obviously the 2 dragons have gone down. He's got that kill and 3 assists. So the rest of his team doing work for him that he always knew he was going to lose out in the farm, and he's managed to capitalize on it. Beansu in the top lane, well, we know what we know. Oh dear, Celeber.
Yeah.
Well, I was just singing his praises. And, he might turn it around.
It's good damage there. It's not bad at all. And actually, Zayu is there as well with him. Kubon coming down. Beanzu will join in the party. Ultimate is on Steelback though, so they need to just not kill him off at this point. But he's also doing damage the entire time. Kubon will dive his way. They get that kill, but it's a double for Beanzu. It might well be a triple by the end of this one. Actually, it's stolen away in the end there by Barney D. But that is 4 men down to just the 1 from SK Prime. They're up 14-2 in kills. Take Fun needs to take off because he's going to be chased down if he sticks around. And, well, Godbro, yeah, he's just got infinite cooldowns now on his W, on his E, which means he can go in there, dodges himself away, gets the slow on to Take Fun. And these bombs, they're probably just going to kill him off. Not even slowly but surely, but just surely at this point. Even as his ultimate back up by the time that he gets up there after using it earlier against Steelback. It's a delayed ace, really, for SK Prime. But with that, they also take the final outer turret that Reason Gaming had left. Yeah, commentator's curse, I think, there. Celeber, because, wow, that went wrong very quickly. And they honestly, that was a forced fight that Celeber started. And then realized he couldn't finish with Trashy because he went, hang on a minute, this is a very fed jungler that's got a hell of a lot of damage. So, yeah, that kind of backfired horribly. 15-2. And despite that tower advantage they had earlier on, that's now whittled away. And SK Prime are looking solid in game 1 here. 23 minutes gone almost on the clock, and they need to start making the moves. It's not been the fastest of games, despite the crazy scoreline, the out there scoreline of 15-2. They haven't really nailed this game so quickly, but I have a feeling that this has gone well beyond snowballing, and it's only a case of simply group up and win. Yeah, you'd imagine so. I mean, 0-4-0 mid lane Take Fun compared to the 6-0-6 of Godbro. Junglers is a massive difference as well. I mean, a 3-0-10 Kha'Zix Brutalizer Hex Drinker. And, you know, it's just so difficult at this point, I think, for Reason Gaming to actually do anything. They've got to hope to catch a couple of people out. Even then, you've got Zillion speeding around the map, giving the ultimate to whoever you do catch out. So just overall a tough position to be in. We finally see them moving into more of a split pushing kind of position. Actually, they've caught Sheu out here. Trashy stepping forward, and we see the damage there. Bombs are going to be thrown in. Let's watch this one now that the Void Staff is complete. It's a lot of damage. Probably 4 bombs can take down Take Fun there, and that's without anyone else actually helping him. We can actually see that Irelia is pushing this top lane out. Kubon's going to be tasked with going back, but he's the big team fighting presence that they actually need if it comes to a 4 versus 4 in this mid lane.
Yeah, they needed that culling. I had to clear out the wave, and as you mentioned, in the 4v4, it's definitely in SK Prime's favor right now. They are pressuring, pushing. Take Fun again, got to be careful. Trashy could easily leap on and chunk down over half his hit points. He has got the support of Sullivan and Libic in the background, but Libic's ultimate back off cooldown, the charm not landing again in that wave. It's not going to get cleared out this time. SK Prime just going to move in and take the tower.
Oh, there's a knock-up onto Take Fun. This tower's going down. Take Fun will probably just back away from it, to be honest. Actually lands a nice little charm there onto Trashy, but one single charm. There is the exhaust onto Take Fun. He has to use his ultimate just out of range there. Yeah, he tried to get over the wall, and actually Trashy's going to dive on top of him here. This is so dangerous from Take Fun. Steal back, got enough for one more there.
God.
Can he get enough mana for the last one? He does, but he misses it. And Take Fun able to walk off. Meanwhile, Kubon, he's right in the middle of the team. I was talking about how he needs to be there if a team fight happens. All well and good, but it means that he's also left his top lane, and Beanzu says thank you very much. I'll take turret number 5.
Yeah, chasing kills is not going to keep your towers, and that is another one picked up. So 5-3 now. Advantage very much in SK Prime's favor. 10,000 gold lead. Everybody backs, everybody buys, and everybody gets themselves that little bit more advantage over Reason Gaming, who themselves are really chasing shadows in this game, it seems. They don't really have any ward coverage now, of course. That's all been cleaned out. Everything is timed out. They need to try and get something down there. You can see they're desperately coming out, trying to clear the jungle as quick as possible, get that little bit of experience, because they were all falling behind in levels as well. You can see Zeo, he's only level 12 to the 13 of Trashy, who himself is actually very close to 14. Dragon back up, and SK Prime are making the move towards it. Reason Gaming, they can't get close to it.
No, and if they do, they probably just get killed off. You can see there Zeo from the red buff and from those golems has actually gone dangerously low just from that. Obviously going Feral Flare into Brutalizer. Not really got any tanky items to speak of at this stage. And we can see there the Dragon started off, and Reason Gaming not coming anywhere near that one. That will be another one falling over to the red side of SK Gaming Prime, and a 11,000 gold lead, which is... yeah, just, I mean, a 15-2 scoreline, you might even expect that gold lead to be even larger than it is right now. SK Prime, I'd say, have been playing this one carefully, considering the big advantageous position that they got themselves into early on. However, slow and steady wins the race in these best-of-3 matches, where they spot in the LCS, or 2 spots technically, in the LCS up for grabs from the expansion tournament. Now they move, though, down towards this bottom lane. Again, Irelia continues to push that top lane. Both Beanzu and Kubon do have TP in case a fight does happen down in the bottom lane, but even then, I think Reason might just want to back away and give this one up.
Well, bubble thrown out, not landed. Reason trying to be aggressive in their defense, trying to go forward, but that's just giving Godbro time to land them bombs, and that's going to chunk down Sullivan. Look at that. A third of his hit points knocked off with a single bomb. Godbro tries to speed himself up, gets another bomb down. Take Fun, another chunk of health. A bomb lands on towards him. A rocket, sorry, coming out. The big bomb doesn't hit, though, from Steelback, but they are losing hit points. And they're not really a poke team, SK Prime. It's just Godbro speeds himself up, gets the bomb down, and it's buying them time. Gonna stealth up. Zeu's ulted here. This is an aggressive play from Reason Gaming. I'm not sure it's the right play because he's chasing, and they are set, ready, and waiting for it. In comes the teleport. It cancelled.
Cancelled from that one, and both top laners will stay around the top side of the map. Godpro coming back in, he's got the bomb on towards Take Fun. Meanwhile, Trashy in the top lane gets the reset, allows him to get away. Libic flashes, but he's got a bomb on him. Godpro, he will also move in there, using that flash. The bombs from Steelback will come around as well. Looks like Take Fun and Zaya will get away, or will they? Steelback's in there. He's gone a bit deep. Monsoon's on top of him. Meanwhile, look at this. We've got Beanzu inside of the base, in between the towers, saying, you know what, don't really really care at this point. I'm just going to go see what I can get, even getting enough regen here to still stay alive.
Oh my God.
And he might even be able to escape. He does escape that one, as Godbro will pick off Take Fun with another bomb. And that is just destruction here for SK Prime.
Yeah, the dominance that SK Prime showed there. They were just backing up. They knew that they were stretching Reason Gaming out. They kept chasing. That was the problem. I mean, he'd used his ultimate, but if they've already backed away to the extent that your ultimate completely runs out, you're probably going too deep. That's the case. And they just couldn't keep up with them. Limit was miles behind the team at the time when the fight finally engaged in a tri-bush where they had no vision, because SK Prime, you can see, look at the ping wards. They knew where they were taking this fight, and they had themselves covered. And that was a great fight again for SK Prime. Pulled them well away from the tower. It's the exact fight they wanted. They didn't want to fight on the tower. Like, okay, why is this team attacking us? I don't know, but it's going to be a good victory for us. So I think it's just a case of desperation maybe coming out of Reason Gaming now. It's like, all right, let's just try and finish this game, see what we can do, try a crazy play. It may catch them off guard. As it is, Kubon's dead up top lane.
Yeah, or is he? Oh, he's going to try and TP away, but
interrupted.
Yeah, Janna, enough. They had enough CC there to actually stop that one from happening. SK Prime here can, to be honest, run straight towards for another fight here. Oh, they actually jump over the top. Zayu will be caught out from this one, and he managed to avoid Trashy for a split second. It's now 5 versus 3. Baron is an easy pickup. We've got Lucian and Nami trying to do a bit of work on turrets, but honestly, you've got to be a little bit faster than that if you're going to do any kind of damage. They're just going to have basically 3 or 4 people do the Baron. The rest of them will just go back and defend that base. Binzu in there with Irelia.
He might take
is enough to actually just probably kill 2. Now that they've got Take Fun, though, this could be a little more interesting. We see the recalls from SK Prime have come in now, so that's how I won't go down. And there is Binzu diving in. He's gone on to Take Fun. The bomb is already down. You can use your ultimate all you want, but you're not going to escape that. Meanwhile, Godbro is just running around the Cullen. He gets the help from Corki, and Celiva goes down. Ulti was on Godbro. Ooh, flash from Binzu as well to finish off on Libic, and that is another whitewash. I mean, it's got to that stage where it's all last-ditch efforts, really, from Reason Gaming, trying to take down an inhibitor while that Baron was going on. They didn't even get the turret in the end. And to be honest, at this stage, SK Prime might just push in for the win. Yeah,
I think it was actually the right call as well, because they almost got the inhibitor turret down. Kubon taking some damage. They're just going to dive him on the tower here. I don't think he can do a great deal about this. Just off the side, Zayu was sat there, but he's not getting involved. They were only ever going to have a sustained fight on their own base tower, which chances are they got already the Baron. They would have been, what, 20-3, I think it would have worked out at the time. So they probably wouldn't have held off anyway. So they tried it. It was a gamble play. That was all they had to do. But Reason Gaming, I think they realized they're in desperate trouble here. There's the Scrying Orb going down, giving them full vision. They know that Take Fun is back. They're just going to play this by the numbers, it seems, SK Prime. They're not going to completely push in. They're clearing out, sweeping out the blue buff, going up to the top lane. They're going to push in with the top lane. And it looks like Reason, they're going to try and push out the lane as quick and hard as they can in that mid. But they need to defend this one.
Yeah, Celiva, I think, realizes where this one's going at this point. He's like, guys, I'm pushing mid again. Don't worry, I'll get us at least 1 in the tower, which will obviously negate 5 men pushing with Baron buff in the top lane. Actually, no, he is going to be recalling now. They spot Zayu off to the side. Trashy's got more damage than him. He's tankier than him. He just wins out that fight without any kind of problem whatsoever. Meanwhile, on the top side, Binzu getting Take Fun very low. He did get away, but it just opens up that inhibitor turret, which will be falling here. The culling was used by Celiva, not really denting the health boss. Binzu does get charmed in, but that's inhibitor number 2 going down.
Well, absolutely dominant work from SK Prime here. 24-3. Very good first game. Godbro caught out Chrono Shift once again doing his job, which means he will not die. 8-0-11. Absolute dominant performance from that mid lane. Danish player. Trashy jumps in. He's been impeccable as well. 3-0-16 for him as they just push on through, mop up the kills. 28-3. One more to get. There it is. And it is 29-3. Nexus turrets will fall, and SK Gaming Prime take a solid first victory here with some absolutely impeccable scores. Once that tower finally goes, the Nexus will fall, but 10-0-13 for Godbro in the mid lane Zillion. That's got to be a bad for next game.
Yeah, I think so. 10-0, 13, 4-0, 18 on the jungler, 7-1, 11 for Binzu in the top lane as well. And, well, I don't think I really need to read down the scores of Reason Gaming because you can see they are just, well, not pretty at this stage of things. So a very, very impressive performance there really from SK Gaming Prime. But, you know, we always have to fall back onto our old kind of standard speech when it comes to this stage, that it's a best of 3 and anything can still happen.
Absolutely. They need to clear their minds coming into this next matchup, of course. You know, they have a lot of veteran players on there, so they're going to be well aware of this situation. Obviously, Kumon, Libic, Sullivan, they've all been around for a very long time in the Polish scene. God, I remember casting them back in the Go for all trophies, the EU Nordic East back in Season 1 days, let alone Season 3, of course, in the LCS. So they've been around for a very long time. They're going to be well aware of these situations. They've played many best of 3s, best of 5s. So they're probably even to the point where when they were trying these rash tactics, just talking about it, okay, what are we going to do next game? How can we change this different? And, of course, the mid laner, Take Fun, will be going... Am I going to get help this time?
Yeah.
0-7-1 could do with a little help from the jungle.
Didn't really work out for them. Camped very early on in that game and just kind of snowballed completely out of control. But that was game 1, of course, here of SK Gaming Prime versus Reason Gaming. We are going to be bringing you the entirety of this best of 3, plus Gamers 2 versus Team Strict. So make sure you check out those VODs as well.